So for those who have just heard about this, these are allegations that Manurewa marae encourage people to come onto their property to do their census in return for $100 supermarket vouchers or wellbeing packs. That marae was run by Tash Kemp, who went on to now become the Te Pāti Māori MP. The person who is the president of Te Pāti Māori is also the person who runs the Waipareta Trust. Now, there's claims that they were mining that census data to then encourage people to vote, because that was a polling station and change from different enrolling. Anyway, they mined the data to encourage people to vote Te Pāti Māori is essentially the claim. They did that with some of the vaccination information as well. Now, they both refute those claims. Have I got that right? Is that kind of right?
Yeah, pretty much right. I mean, look, there were allegations middle of last week. They're pretty serious allegations. And what's important is that New Zealanders have trust and confidence in their public institutions. And so we're in very much a fact-finding phase to actually ascertain what exactly did.
Chewy, last night I know you had to clean your mouth out at the end of the show, but how you said you kind of agree with Luxon. I think it's... Now, I know many of us are thinking, we've heard this idea about independent inquiries before to do with Kāinga Ora, and it didn't seem very independent. However, if we take him at his face value, I don't see a problem. In fact, I think it's the right thing to do to have an independent inquiry. These are actually, pardon me, very, very serious charges, and we need to know what the situation is. And I'm sure that's why Te Pāti Māori is welcoming the inquiry as well. So if Te Pāti Māori are saying, bring it, let's sort this out, then I think all of us should be going, yeah, okay, bring it, let's sort it out. We do have to trust that it's going to be independent, but the way the Prime Minister is talking in this conversation fills me with a little bit of confidence that it can be actually independent, because this actually is talking about police and that as well. So it's not just, let's see if old mate Bill English can show us how to sell some KO houses. It's a bit more serious than that. So I'm choosing to trust at the moment that they will do the right thing by this inquiry. How do you feel about it, Chewy?
Yeah, look, I feel better about this than anything else that he's said. And like I said last night, part of the problem is the last time that he mentioned an independent inquiry, what he actually meant was independent of the organisation we're investigating.
Yeah.
In this case, he might be making the right choice that it is independent, that a proper investigation is being done. And look, we sort of mentioned this from a comment in the chat last night about a Destiny Church angle. From what I've read, that might be firming up.
But at the moment, though, still rumour, not confirmed.
Still rumour, but seeming stronger by the day, almost. So I mean, I think, and if that were to be true, then that's why Te Pāti Māori is so confident that they can just go, well, these are disgruntled rebel rousers. With a political entity with an axe to grind. Bring it on. And then, look, if it blows up in Destiny, I am very happy.
Well, an actual full disclosure, people know this anyway, I don't really need to disclose this, but I've already contacted, obviously, Debbie and everybody just to say, we'd love to hear your perspective. I doubt they will. I also know John Tamihere from a previous life. I actually sold him a property about 10 years ago. He bought a property that we had in Auckland. I actually sold it to the Waipareta Trust. So I have contacts, and the last time I asked him to come on, he said, no, I don't think we'll get him to come on either. But we will keep chasing this, because what we're hearing at the moment is very much we're not even really hearing one perspective. We're hearing accusations, and then political parties responding to accusations but can't say anything. So there's a lot not being said at the moment. But however, like Guru kind of puts into a nutshell what we're feeling about independence, because he says independent like the Uffindale report. So this is what I'm saying. There's lots of things that feel like we really got to figure this out. But as J-Mac says, if I was Penny, I would want this cleared up as well, because I think it's in this conversation we hear. It's quite a good chat, actually. I'll promise I will let it keep going in a minute. But Lloyd is like, I heard dodgy things about that marae pretty much straight after, and there was rumours, and so because what he talks about is there was quite a big swing away from Labour, like a significant enough swing for some people to go, it doesn't mean there's anything there, but if you were racing two cars together and the day after you guys were even, one car was winning by 10 lengths, you'd go, crap, what did they do to that car overnight? Might be completely legit. So this is what the investigation is going to show. And look, Formico says the night agencies involved investigating isn't enough. I think there's something said in this conversation. But remember, don't shoot the messenger about, for example, Te Pāti Māori is not a department. So a lot of the investigations from within government have the ability to investigate departments, not so much the parties, which is potentially why the outside investigation needs to happen, that Mr. Luxon. Now, this could all be political theatre and this all could be culture war stuff. We don't know. But at the minute, like, we can only judge on the information we have to hand today. And the information we have to hand today gives me cautious optimism that this independent investigation is above board. Is that fair, Chewie?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, what that means is we can change our mind tomorrow if we want, because that's cautious optimism.